Hello, good day. Welcome once again into this course front-end development. We are into mode 2, right? The HTML building the structure. Right. Now, before we dive into the coding aspects, I'm going to take you guys on how to install your VS Code. The VS Code is the IDE we'll be making use of. That is the Integrated Development Environment. It's a software that provides tools that the programmers make use of. Now, we'll go to what our VS Code. So first, we're going to install. If you don't have your VS Code installed already, you're going to download it and install it before you can make use of it, right? So then the process of downloading it, when you go to your browser, you search for VS Code download, then it will take you to this place. Now, when it take you to this place, you see many versions for the downloads. You can see for the one for Windows, for the ones for Linux, and the one for what? Mac. So for my own case, I'm making use of Windows, so I'm going to go for Windows. If you're making use of Linux, you go for Linux. If you're making use of Mac, you go for Mac. Right. So I will click Windows, and once I click Windows, it will load, and automatically my file will start to what? Download, right? So once the download is done, I'm going to open the file and proceed to the process of what? Installation. Because once I install the file, I can now make use of what? The VS Code, right? So now my download is done, go straight to opening the file, right? So once I click on open the file, so you see what it says, etc. has detected that the VS Code is currently running. So in my own case, I have the VS Code already installed. So for your own case, you have to, when you download it, you open the file and install it. Then when you install it, when the installation is done, you see something like this. And then from here, now you can see where I have my windows already open. So now I'm going to explain what each individual lines of code here is doing and what it stands for. For example, when you talk of the doc type HTML, this thing tells the browser the type of document that it is reading. That is telling the browser that this is made up of what? HTML5 documents, right? Now, this HTML is a file that wraps everything in your web page. You can see the opening tag and the closing tag. So it wraps everything in your web page, right? It just regarded as what the root element of your document. Now, proceeding to this place, now this thing tells the browser or the search engine that the content of this page is written in English language. So that's why you see this kind of write-up. It's telling it is written in English language. Then when you talk of the head contains the information about your web page that is invisible to the users, right? So it's telling the this is just containing the vital information about your web page that is very invisible to the users are those that visit your site or those that views your work through the browser, right? So when we talk of the meta, this meta characteristic is just talking about the character encoding. That is, it handles the letters and the symbols that are what stored in your web page, right? So now when you talk of this meta viewport content width equals to device width and then initial minus scale equals to 1.0. So what this thing does is the crucial part of what? Responsive design. It ensures that your page scale correctly and accurately on phones, tablet, and even desktop screens. This width equals to device minus width actually tells the browser to match the width of the what? The screen. That's what it's saying. Match the width of the screen. So this initial scale equals to 1.0 tells the browser to initialize the zoom level. So we all know that the default zoom level is what? 100%. Now, when you talk of this title just describes the title of your web page. Now, the body contains everything about your web page. That everything that the user sees is being contained on the body. That is for both the form, the task, and whatever. So in a nutshell, one can say this thing defines the document of the HTML, right? And then this is the root element setting the language to be what? English, right? Now, this one holds the invisible part or invisible information of the web page, right? Now, this one displays about the what? The character display. That is encoding character, right? Now, this one is responsible for responsive design. That is your design being scalable in different screens. Now, this one talk about the title of the web page. That is describing the title of the web page, whereby this one contains all the visible parts of your web pages.